What's up, blockchain? This is Nick from Truth Blitz. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm going to take a quick look at the market, and then we're going to talk about yesterday's video, or I should say last night's video, and then go on into another topic. So right now we have $507 billion in overall market cap, and Bitcoin is at 10,866. So, you know, we did break that 10,400 area that Crypto Blood had said we needed to break in his charting, and he said that if we broke that, we would continue our ascent upwards. So that is what's happening. He said it would happen rapidly. So right now we're at 10,866, like I said, and that will bring most things up with it. So we will see where we top off and you know, where this goes. So continue to stay tuned to that. So last night's video on Clif High's webbot data regarding the price of Pillar reaching parity with Ethereum. Just so everyone's clear, that is not my opinion. I don't think that's where the data came from. And no, somebody asked, was I high when I made that? No, I was not high when I made that video. So somebody reached out to me from the webbot room with that information and said that he and a few other people thought that that might be possibly where he got that data. And I think a lot of it basically is because most people cannot see Pillar going anywhere near Ethereum prices, myself included. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But if you listened to Clif High's interview with Omar Bam, it seemed a little different from his original prediction with Crypto Blood, that Pillar would reach parity with Ethereum. It almost seemed like with Omar, he talked about it as if it would be a fluke or a quick spike, but it wouldn't actually be a sustained price. It would be a quick spike up, nothing that we would even be able to take advantage of, because it would almost be a fluke, like I said. So that is why people thought that maybe this is what the data meant. Like I said, I don't personally hold that belief, but I told them I would make a video on that anyway. And it was almost really the video I made was almost I mean, I thought it was funny, to be honest with you. So everyone knows, I don't personally think that is what's going on. But I did reach out to Clif anyway to put, you know, to basically answer some people's questions about that. So this article here I wanted to get into, George Soros to EU, fight populism, regulate social media. Now, I don't normally read articles from Zero Hedge. I used to all the time. When I first started my channel, when I first started truthblitz.com, it was more geared towards alt media, truth media, and I quickly switched my focus to cryptocurrencies when I got into more than just Bitcoin and really started getting into altcoins, and that's basically what happened. So, but we're going to talk briefly about this, and trust me, this does have to do with blockchain and decentralization, so just hang tight. So, echoing a sentiment that was one of the defining points of his hour-long speech to the world's financial and political elite at Davos, billionaire hedge funder and supporter of far-left causes from Eastern Europe to the US, George Soros is taking his rhetoric a step further and calling for supranational governments to intervene and regulate Facebook, Google, and other large social media websites. Per Breitbart, Soros is demanding that the European Union regulate social media because voters' minds are being controlled and manipulated. Soros is claiming the reach of social media firms made them a public menace, while arguing that they had led people to vote against globalist causes, including electing President Trump, all his ramblings about open societies aside. Soros, who recently became the subject of an anti-Soros bill in his native Hungary that seeks to limit the activities of groups for which he is providing funding, accusations about manipulation are blatantly hypocritical, as anybody familiar with his 30-year campaign to push open borders, multiculturalism, and a generally globalist tenor of governments would know. So, as it sits now, and I'm not going to read the whole article, but as it sits now, we already can't say specific things. If you said something that basically really went against the grain, I've seen people already get their posts banned, deleted, their accounts suspended on Facebook, on Twitter. We get our funding cut on YouTube for making videos or advertising revenue. I've seen people's videos get taken down. I've seen people's channels get taken down. So these are just the companies doing this without any government intervention. So what he's asking for is government intervention and total control of social media. Basically pushing his agenda, which is far left, and I'm not going to get into politics. If you are more on the left, good for you. That's fine. I don't have any ill will towards you, and I don't want to make this a political video. What I want to make this is a video that is going to show the importance of free speech and how we can combat things like this with blockchain technology. So if we get to that point where the government is stepping in and intervening in social media, what do? We move to decentralized social media platforms that no one person or one entity controls, like Steemit. So what we need is more people using Steemit, and I know Steemit's growth has really exploded in the last year, less than a year, and there are other companies that are starting and building social media platforms on the blockchain, but we need mass adoption of them is what we need. We need mass adoption of Steemit. We need basically a plan B, just in case this psychopath does end up victorious in his fight to stop free speech on social media. We need to have a plan B. And really, it shouldn't even be a plan B. This should be the plan A. We need to move to decentralization, okay? Because just the idea that everything you say on social media is basically being monitored and controlled by a centralized authority is Orwellian, okay? And it may not seem that way yet. It may not seem full-on 1984, but that's the direction we're going. And if George Soros has anything to say about it, you're not going to be able to say anything that goes against his agenda. So we need to move to decentralized social media. And I know that this takes time. The decentralization movement is growing. And I know there's a lot of people who, you know, the only reason they know about decentralization now, the word decentralization, and care about it is because they got into cryptocurrencies to make money, and you know, now they know what decentralization is, blockchain, so on and so forth. But it needs to be more than just about money. You know, I've talked about this with Crypto Blood, with others, that you know, a lot of us got into this because of the idea that we can have decentralization and circumvent the control of a central bank or a central authority, a government, and take back the control of our finances, of our, now our free speech. The possibilities are really endless. So decentralization is more than just cryptocurrencies and making money. And this is a case where we can really benefit from that. And I just think that, I don't know if they would pass a bill like this, if they would actually regulate social media and, cut free speech. But it's very, this is stuff that happens in China. Do you want to live like you're in China? Do you want to live under communist rule, being told what you can and can't say on the internet? I don't. So, basically the purpose of this is to, if you're not already using Steemit, start. All right, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but start using it. Start putting yourself out there. I know it's more of a blogging site, not so much social media. Although it is, kind of like social media. But there are others that are being built on the blockchain, as I said. So, when a good one launches, we need to take advantage of it. I know a lot of people are switching from Twitter to gab.ai. I have an account. I've had an account there since they were kind of in beta, when they were only taking limited people. I have not used it really, but I know that is not on the blockchain, but it is geared toward free speech and people being able to say what they want without getting their posts taken down, without getting their account suspended. And that's what we need. And blockchain is going to help that. Blockchain is going to give us that power. They want to take our free speech, we're going to take it back from you. And that is where I was going with this video and George Soros. So again, if you don't know who George Soros is and his history, Google that and look at the kind of stuff he's funding and his agenda. His reach runs deep. It really has he's got a far reach. So don't know if he will be successful in his calls for this. I doubt it, but nothing surprises me anymore. So anyway, guys, that is it for now. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.